Hi friends! So I'm recording this super late at night because I worked a 7-hour shift today. So I know this video is a little late, but at least I'm not posting it Tuesday afternoon like I have been doing. I wish I could get in the habit of uploading Monday morning, but I always have something to do on Mondays, whether it's work or something else. The only reason I'm recording late at night and not during the day Tuesday this time is because I have a driving test tomorrow. So, but anyway, enough of that. Let me give you my thoughts on this week's episode of Sailor Moon Crystal Season 3. So, this episode starts off with a lot of exposition. The bad guys, not the Witches Five, but one of the Witches Five, who is kind of their leader. I think her name is Kaori Knight, right? Something like that. Something hard to pronounce. And then Professor Tomoe. They went to go talk to Pharaoh 90, and Pharaoh 90 basically spelled out like their entire plan and stuff. So yay, exposition. Basically, they're planning on taking over Earth, to make it like their second mother planet or whatever, and of course they have to watch out for Sailor Moon because she has a power that is close to their crystal or whatever, and basically he's talking about the legendary Silver Crystal, and he's like, oh yeah, and watch out for this awakening doom or whatever. Which I know what he's referring to there, but, they don't know yet. But they'll find out later in the series. I already know. But, yeah, so depending on how you take exposition, you might get annoyed by that, but I didn't think it was too distracting. And then we cut to a scene that is Hotaru walking home from school. Well, she's technically still in the building, but everyone's like gossiping about her and basically just bullying her. And I'm like, so she's practically handicapped and you're bullying her. How pathetic are you? But we've all been to high school and we know that there are people who are pathetic enough to pick on handicapped people, so yeah, still kind of hard to watch, but she'll pay them back eventually. Anyway, oh yeah, and thankfully Hotaru's day was made better because Chibiusa decided to visit her to give her the sculpture that she made in the last episode. She comes to this conclusion in kind of a cute scene where this boy gives her his sculpture because I think he kind of has a little crush on Chibiusa, which is kind of cute. But Chibiusa wants to give hers to Hotaru, so Chibiusa Hotaru shippers, there you go. So yeah, it's kind of a side note, but when they first got there, I actually recognized a phrase that they said, because I'm kind of a beginner in learning Japanese. When they entered, they said ojimashimasu, which basically is what you say when you are visiting someone's home. So I thought that was pretty cool. Well, I mean, it's Japanese and I'm learning Japanese, so obviously I'm going to recognize a few phrases here and there. But anyway, I'm getting distracted. So while they were there, they were talking about stuff, and Usagi was looking at Hotaru, and she said that she felt like she was being pulled into Hotaru's deep black eyes like she knows something or whatever. And I'm like, her eyes don't look black. They're like violet. So I thought that was kind of weird wording on the scriptwriter's part, but you know, whatever. um, oh yeah, and this may seem really weird for me to point out, but in this episode, Usagi had to use the bathroom. And the reason why I point that out is because I've noticed that in a lot of cartoons and anime, they never show characters using the bathroom, so it's kind of like it doesn't feel like as realistic because people have to use the bathroom. So to make your series more realistic, just throw in a scene of them needing to use the bathroom. I know that's kind of a weird like nitpick, but you know, it's a natural thing, so you shouldn't be afraid to put it in there, especially when there can be some humor that comes out of it, like that one episode of The Fairly Odd Parents. Boys, girls, mythical creatures. So, yeah, definitely always put a scene of your characters needing to use the bathroom in your series. It's perfectly fine. So, one of the main things I liked about this episode was actually the fight scene toward the end. Um, Mostly because of uh, this one shot. I really liked the coloring in it. It was like the camera was showing kind of behind the one Witches 5 member. I don't remember her name. I think it's like Teru or something. But it was behind her and like pointing toward all the Senshi who I don't remember if at that point they were transformed or not. But you see all of the flowers and the petals on the floor, and it's kind of like a pinkish purplish at the bottom, and it slowly gets like more blue toned as it goes up. Um, it's kind of hard to explain, but I really liked the coloring in that one shot, and just the way the whole scene is kind of lighted, it looks really good to me. Um, Not to mention, I really liked how they showed that the Witches 5 girl, Teru or something, can absorb the spiral heart attack because that shows that she's more powerful than the other ones that they've fought before. Um, so it's a good way of it's an example of show don't tell kind of thing, because like yeah, she bragged about her level at the beginning of the episode, but honestly those level numbers don't mean a thing to me or probably anyone else watching. It's just gibberish. So the real example of her power is when Sailor Moon uses the attack and she goes and like absorbs it into her hand. It was really cool. So yeah, that shows off that she's more powerful. And then Chibiusa was like, "Oh, I want to help. Please lend me some power." And she gets her wand, and we get to see the pink sugar heart attack for the first time, and it is really, really cute. Um, it's not as funny as when we see it in the 90s series when she uses it and it like completely fails, and then she's successful the second time and it doesn't like destroy the bad guy, it just like kind of flicks them a little bit. I don't know. I always thought that was funny. But here it's just cute, and you know, Teu or whatever just absorbs it into her hand as well, so no funny flicking the bad guy here, but yeah. And the Witches 5 girl, I'm sorry, I can't remember her name. Um, she like turns into this mummy made out of thorns, which was really interesting to see. A really cool visual, and it's kind of like this isn't even my final form because after she's the thorn mummy, she turns into like this, I guess, like wild woman, like covered with foliage and stuff, and the skin was kind of greenish, and I think, I'm not sure, but I think her ears got pointed. I don't know, but in any case, she had a transformation of her own, kind of. So that was pretty cool. Oh, sorry. Like I said, I'm recording this late at night, so I'm pretty tired. Um, the only other thing of interest that happened in this episode was Sailor Pluto was the one who actually took out the Witches 5 member in this episode with her Dead Scream attack. Now, in the old series, it looks just like Uranus and Neptune's attacks, where it's like that ball of aura that kind of like goes at the enemy. Excuse me. And um, with this series, Dead Scream comes up like an eruption, I guess, out of the ground, and just disintegrates the bad guy, which I thought was pretty cool. I don't know why my throat's messed up. Probably because I was singing a lot at work tonight. Not like out loud, but um, I've been learning some Kyari Pamyu Pamyu songs, and I've been trying to practice them when I'm in like the back room. But yeah, so I thought the way that they changed the attack animation was pretty cool looking. And Chibiusa seemed surprised as well as happy to see Sailor Pluto, so hopefully we'll see more of that in the next episode because I really like their relationship. I realize that Chibiusa is probably the closest to all of the outer Senshi than anyone else is, which is kind of interesting to think about. But in any case, I didn't have any major complaints with this episode. Trying to think if there was anything that really bothered me. I don't think so. Not like some of the previous episodes. I thought this one was pretty good. So, yeah. That's all I have to say, and I will see you guys next week, where hopefully I will actually be able to record this on a Monday. I have this one hair that just won't stay. But anyway, yeah, hopefully I'll be able to record this on a Monday next time so that it's actually on time with uploading. But in any case, I've rambled enough, so good night, you guys, and until next time, bye.